So, with the end of my high school career and me going into college, I found myself in a weird position with social media. Seeing that purplish pinkish icon. You know what I'm talking about if you've been on Instagram. The one you see on the stories. Well, I never really cared what was on the stories themselves. I found myself clicking on them anyways. Just for the sake of clicking on because I wanted to get rid of the purple pink notification on there. Strange story to bring up, and you might be asking, why bring this up? Well, the reason I bring this up for the speech is because I want to explain why the age of 13 is way too low for a requirement for social media. And a large part of that is, well, the addictive nature that comes with social media. As I said when I told the story, this is after high school. I am an adult now, and yeah, I find myself trapped in this, or was trapped in this addictive nature, or almost addictive nature. Could be described as addictive, debatable, but I found myself in this weird position as an adult. And yet, back in the day, we had an experiment called the marshmallow experiment. And for those who don't know, to sum it up, this was an experiment to test delayed gratification amongst children. Without getting into the nitty gritty, this experiment obviously highlighted something we knew, and that is that children do what usually feels good and don't really know otherwise. They don't know better. And that said, when looking at all the things that go on nowadays, when looking at all the behavior, looking at mental health, does this really surprise us? Well, I'm not an expert with social media. I think anyone who grew up in this generation, or even before, even the millennials and even the other generations beforehand, with all the information out there, it's not hard to find out that there is a good link between social media and mental health. And this is the core reason why I believe the age requirement should be increased. This is because children don't know delayed gratification as well as adults, or don't know much about themselves. Aside from the literal dangers of predators and hackers among social media, I think the most dangerous thing about it, once again, is its addictive tendencies. You have this all powerful place where you can make yourself look as nice as you please with little consequence. You have all these bright colors, you can make this whole fantasy world, and yet in real life, anything could be happening to you and no one would know the opposite. We have children going in this little world where they can do as they please, except they're not doing as they please, they're only making something look as they please. We have these children on here who think social media can be used as fully as an alternative to actual interaction, when reality is this is terrible. There have been studies about that, about the physical interaction, as in the face and the voice, being a key part of communication. That said, when looking at the interaction on social media, how much do you really get out of a little picture on there? Just some random picture that could be fake, that could create a fake reality, a fake image. Like the image itself can be fake. And yet we let children, 13-year-olds, on social media, people even younger. Tell me, if you had a child this young, would you want them on social media with all these addictive, exploitive tendencies that go on in social media? Because by the design of the social media sites, they are designed this way. I mean, at the end of the day, these owners of the social media applications, well, they're not evil. They clearly just want to profit. Clearly, that's what they're there for. It's business. We all understand this. The design of these bright, attractive-looking sites, where once again you could make yourself look as you please. And obviously it's really, really attractive to young people. Young people go on this. That's the main demographic. But yet, they end up going on there on a young age. or they don't know much about themselves or how to combat or practice delayed gratification. They could simply go in there and put whatever they want or look at whatever they want with no consequence. So what I propose the social media age to be higher, my main goal out of this is to have way more better mental health amongst the youth, because due to this tie between mental health and social media, if we had more wiser, more aware children before they go on the social media, I believe that they would make better decisions. We've seen children make really bad decisions before based off feelings, or not feelings, but just not be able to practice delayed gratification. So with this idea of letting them learn about this idea before going onto it, I believe we'll be solving much better problems in the long run for everyone, for this generation, the next, and so on.